Alrighty then, beautiful day at the beach. Someone asked me on the channel, why do I feel so much better after a dry fast? The reason is you've done so much work. I mean, you do feel better after a night's worth of sleep, don't you? Well, that's because sleep is like dry fasting. Because sleep is dry fasting. You don't drink or eat while you sleep. And your body has time to get rid of some of the problems that make it hard to go through the day. Some of those problems can't be fixed overnight. And so in a dry fast, you've turned on sleep metabolism for 5 to 7 days. After a couple of days, you run out of sugar. The sugar turns on a system that keeps your stem cells asleep and all the other stuff that's not good for, just eating sugar all the time. But a couple of days in a dry fast, you've used up all that sugar in the liver and in the muscles. And your body needs to keep producing plasma glucose. They can either do it by breaking down your muscle tissue into ketogenic amino acids, or it can tap your fat cells. If you drink water, you're going to break down your muscle tissues for ketogenic amino acids. But if you don't, you turn on the system that taps your fat cells. So you lose 15, 20 pounds in 7 days on a dry fast. The cool thing is, they found out that the caloric restriction issues with the mice that they said they lived longer, well, they lived longer because they had a reduced biome. By reducing the calories, you've reduced the amount of microbiome that produce the lipopolysaccharides that are endotoxins. So they didn't have as much toxic load and they lived a little longer. So really it was nothing about caloric restriction. It was about the foods and about not managing your body correctly. So when you do a dry fast, you get rid of the toxins, you get rid of parasites, you provide for a brand new metabolic state, and that's why it feels so much better. We are a biochemical machine, time machine, like I talk about in a philosophy of time travel. That if you manage it correctly, there may not be an end date. I think I might have identified the reason we age, and it's in that book. I'm testing it out to see if I'm right. It may take a couple of years, but if I'm right, it'll become obvious. So there's that. And the other thing is you've done something that everyone said, oh my gosh, you'll die in 3 days if you don't drink the water, and blah, blah, blah. So you've defeated that bad input. And you're operating on a new software. It's kind of like that. So that's kind of why it feels much better. You've taken all these toxins out, you've eliminated the parasites, you've lost some weight, you feel better, you're lighter weight. It's really a cool thing. So, all I can do is talk about the book, the Phoenix Protocol. It shows you how to do it. And encourage you to give it a shot. Do a 3-day dry fast, do a weekend, just to show that it's safe, you're not going to die from it. And decide whether you want to attempt a 5-day. 5-day dry fasts are really cool because if you just do a 5-day dry fast, you're in the really good part of a dry fast for 3 solid days. A lot gets accomplished. And you don't have the refeeding problems. After a 7-day, after you go through your second acidotic crisis, which I talk about in the book, you've used up a lot of critical electrolytes. Your ATP production from your fat being used for fuel requires magnesium to get it out of the cells into the body and for use. So it's really kind of MATP. Calcium's low, magnesium's low, potassium's low, phosphorus is low. So you want to establish these when you get back into the refeeding cycle. And that's done with the coconut water and the baking soda in water and magnesium pills, potassium pills, that kind of stuff, because you've used a lot up to stay alive for 7 days. 5 days, just go back to eating. It's pretty simple. But that's kind of why I feel so much better. You've done something most of the people have not done, and would really benefit from it. Anyway, that's the message today. Have a great day, and I will talk to you later. I'm also on Rumble. And party on, dude. I mean, this is a nice life if you've done this, because we're really not sure how much longer you're going to be living, but it's going to be longer than you were. So have a great day. I'm looking out there and it's really sad. There's some waves, but they're so small I can't even catch them. Anyway, that's it. See ya. Bye.